You just spun away from a question I asked you, and you brought this up. You haven't even addressed the question I asked you.
Let me finish. We'll get to the
point that I
illegal
asked. Let's go back to what I asked you. I asked you a question.
You guys got to realize when you go on Patrick Bet David, you are getting ganged by these guys. That's the whole purpose of this show, right? You either go on it and you're one of the boys and they love you and you're in it and they're all celebrating you and it's a whole fucking kumbaya tug fest. Or if you are a dissenter, you go on it and they gangbang you. That's the whole point. Sure, you could like try to shout over all four of them and have it turn into sort of a toxic mess. But I think the whole point of this show is to just gang up. That's how they win. Like all four of them just climb down your throat. It is like the five, yeah, where it is just, you know, they just fucking shout you down. But like, dude, they do try to gangbang the situation.
These non-citizens who are legal, just like when you came in, pay into the Social Security system and get, many of them never get that money back. So in addition to the undocumented immigrants who pay in $22 billion a year into Social Security and get zero back, these people pay several $1 billion in a year, and only if they become citizens, which most of them won't. Most of them will go back home over a period of time. They're here for temporary protected status. Maybe some of them are refugees and they get permanent citizenship. They won't get that money either. So every single thing of that video, this video here, was completely wrong that you guys did. It was fascinating to me because I feel like you, at the very least, I believe that you care about the information you're putting out. And this was all wrong. And
so they're up there. So Sam, this is all a lie. These guys were up there just completely bullshitting with all the numbers. Where he's saying that people in the government are blowing the whistles. He didn't want to say their names.
But see, dude, people in the government, he didn't want to say their names. Dude, it's a fucking bar chart with no data. Like Elon's running his mouth about like fraud. Dude, there's not going to be a single ounce of fraud. There will be not one person prosecuted as a result of Doge's fraud run, right? It's just a number. Number. Bar chart. And let me tell you what this bar chart means. It's like when they said it was an $8 billion contract, but it was $8 million. It's like when they said like, USAID, transgender mice. No, transgenic, you dumb fucks. It's lies upon lies upon lies. Everything Elon does, dude, he's the biggest disinformation spreader out there. Bro, it's just, you tell 100 lies, and then it's like, goddamn, bro.
He was giving them praise. And for Sam, for you to say that you care about the kids and the labor and all that stuff. We've had an open border for 4 years, and all the illegals, way more than 10 million, have come into this country. California, is that where you...
Dude, we have not had an open border. There have not been 10 million fucking people. If there was 10 million people, like states would be overrun. Hospitals would be crashing. It's not been 10 million. It was never open. And not only that, but Joe Biden was deporting way more people. I'm not defending it, but Biden was deporting way more people than Trump.
You live?
No.
Where do you live?
I live in New York.
Okay, great. Even better. California. So the amount of money that we spent on illegals with housing and all that shit, and Gavin Newsom passing a law that you don't even need an ID to vote. You're saying that we're coming up with where these people aren't coming in for the votes? That's the main goal of this whole thing. What was the open border for? Why was the border open for 4 years? Answer me that question.
First of all, the border was not open.
Give me are you kidding me? Look at the... What do you mean the border wasn't open? Hold on. Did you smoke before you came in here?
Dude, yeah, the border was not open. Dude, Joe Biden was deporting way more people than Donald Trump. Record numbers of deportations. It's like insane, the number of deportations. You know what it was? Is South America was ravaged by the pandemic and the border had been sealed because of COVID. So what happened was it was like an entire population that got ravaged for years, and then they reopened it for business, and everybody came piling in. It was like overwhelmed with the, lack of infrastructure to be able to process the number of people that were trying to survive post-pandemic.
By the way, Vinny, here's the part, though.
You're full of it, bro.
Here's the part.
Get out of here.
Sam, here's the part when I hear this, okay?
Anybody can look at that video. The things you were saying yesterday was a complete sack of lies or just misinformation.
Be honest with me.
Immigration year over year over year. Type in illegal immigration year over year.
The fact that you're saying the border wasn't wide open. How many deaths have happened? How many fentanyl deaths have happened per year while you're freaking president?
Dude, the fentanyl deaths exploded under Trump too. But like, dude, the fentanyl is like, that's a mental health. That's a medical crisis. The fentanyl. I mean, dude, if you want to reduce fentanyl deaths, then you need mental health services. You need health care. You need to eradicate poverty. Yeah, I know. Now he switched to fentanyl. I mean, this guy is fucking reaching, dude. I mean, no offense to this guy. I don't know who this guy is, but this guy is fucking brain dead. Okay, this guy right here, he's fucking brain dead. I mean, I get it. He's passionate. He's yelling. I'm passionate. I yell. My veins pop out of my neck too. But this guy's just fucking brain dead. He is. He is literally like, you know, he went from the border to fentanyl. Like, what's he gonna do next? Next, he's gonna pull some other buzzword out. He's probably going to say that they're getting like free credit cards filled with money and shit, right? I bet he's going to go through the cycle of things here. At some point, he's going to say that they're the reason for the housing crisis. And it's like, well, no, Vinny, you stupid fuck. When you go to buy a house, there's no immigrants that are cash bidding the houses. That's the hedge funds that's doing that. You fucking dumbass. Like, goddamn, bro, like maybe buy a little less hair pomade and go get a fucking education, bro. Like, take the chains off, button your shirt up, get some pomade out of your hair, and go get a fucking degree, bro. Read a fucking book. You know, quit getting your political information off fucking Facebook, dude.
Joe Biden was in office. How many Americans died just from fentanyl, and you're saying the border wasn't wide open? We've had the most illegal entry in 4 years in the history of the country.
Dude.
This is why. Let me finish. And this is why your party sucks. This is why your party is at 29% approval.
No, it's not, dude. Our party's at 29% approval, if that, because we're mad and nobody's fighting Trump. You guys are like, dude, these guys are so dumb, bro. They're just like, they're so dumb. Why your party sucks? Why your party sucks. Dude, I don't think our party sucks. I think our party has less pomade. Our party can emotionally regulate, unlike you. What is this clown show, dude? This guy right here is fucking, dude, I think he's passing like a watermelon through his fucking large intestine. Dude, he literally, I think he's about to shit out a watermelon, bro. Like, you know, he read like one Facebook post about the border and he's just ready to end it all.
Because you got 20, thank you. Because all you guys do is talk shit and just go anti-Trump. You have no policies. You guys have no vision. You have no leaders. You're talking about oligarchs and you hate the oligarchs. Where do you think Bernie Sanders and AOC are going to get their money from? Their donors. Are you, like, don't lie to yourself.
Dude, first off, AOC, see, there he is again. Like Vinny, he said, where's Bernie Sanders and AOC going to get their money from? Their donors? Well, you know what, Bernie? Or Vinny, fucking dumbass, pomade, whatever, greaser hair. Dude, AOC is small donations. She doesn't take corporate donations. She doesn't take super PAC donations. She is supported by the people, bro. She's supported by the people. And you don't even know that. You're talking about AOC and Bernie, and you don't even know what you're talking about. This is what Sam Seder's talking about with your little bar chart. You're fucking dumb, bro. You're fucking dumb. I love your passion. Like, what we need is your passion mixed with a little bit of education and a little bit of, like, you know, some basic reasoning skills, okay? A little less Facebook, okay? A little less Facebook and maybe a little decaf for you, right? Dude, my pause game is like fucking Unbelievable, dude. Yeah, he needs to quit being the scarecrow, bro.
Look, and like, by the way, you're talking about yesterday we lied.
AOC and Bernie Sanders don't take
Hold on, ready for this?
You're
saying that we lied 2 days ago. You just lied, and you're going to look like a fool that the border wasn't wide open. Look at this chart. What does that chart say to you? So what is that? What did Trump, when Trump was in, he was trying to close it, but your party was fighting it. It's unbelievable how many illegals have come in the past 100 days.
But this is the part to just be very, just show the data. Illegal immigration, this is Wall Street Journal, is a bigger problem than ever.
Oh, no, that's
These
fake
five
news.
charts explain why. Go a little bit lower. That's under Biden.
Trump got shot trying to show these charts. Literally.
This is October. Does he ever get to talk or what?
Start one by one. Go up.
Explain every one of them. Go for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you can see that this is what constitutes illegal immigration. These are, if it was an open border, you would not have these numbers. You would not have the numbers to know when Title 42 ends.
What Sam is saying is the reason there's these border encounters is because the border's being patrolled, right? Obviously, if it was an open border, nobody would even be counting them. Like, yeah, you're counting them because they're encountering someone who's patrolling the border. They're like so dumb, bro. These guys, dude, these guys are so fucking dumb. Like, quit watching Pornhub 18 hours a day and putting pomade in your hair. You fucking idiots.
You're still going to hear the truth, though. So go ahead.
No, I'm happy to.
Yeah.
Can't turn down the truth.
No, you can't.
Open border would mean that we have no records of people coming across the border.
Thank you.
The law in this country has been that if you put your foot in this country, it's an international law, it's a U.S. law. If you put your foot in this country and you apply for asylum, you are due a process to do that. 98% of those people who are then what you guys would call catch and release come back for their hearings. We are woefully understaffed in terms of immigration judges, lawyers. And that process is definitely broken. I would love to see more money spent in the processing of these people so that we can...
See, that's one thing that we never talk about, is we don't have the infrastructure to process the people coming.
Establish which ones, like your family...
Like my family... as well, illegal immigrants.
But came in through a refugee status. They weren't citizens on day one. They came in, they went through a process, and it's possible at that time, I mean, I remember, I was old enough to remember the Iran hostage situation. I remember the fallout afterwards. There may have been some form of temporary protected status, whatever it was at the time, that allows people to come in. Then they're assessed and processed. It's determined that, yes, their claim for asylum is appropriate or not, et cetera, et cetera. That's what we're looking at there. As you scroll up on those other charts, you can see when Title 42 ends, which was only supposed to be an emergency situation that has to do with health, and you can't have it both ways. Either COVID ends or it doesn't end, the pandemic. And so people come in. There's no doubt, and that number on that chart that Musk had, under Biden, more people received temporary protected status. We had a problem in Haiti as the country is falling apart. You had people from Ukraine coming in because of, obviously, the invasion. These are all under temporary protected status. They all got Social Security numbers so they could pay taxes into our government and not necessarily get the services back.
Yes, and vote for Democrats.
No, they can't vote.
Right.
Those Social Security cards.
They can't vote. And the other thing, though, that I want to say is I want to dispel for these motherfuckers, because they keep saying everybody that comes from South America comes up here and they're voting for Democrats. I'm not buying it. Have you looked at the culture in South America? A lot of those people, it's very patriarchal. They're very Catholic. They're very like the man runs the household societies. A lot of those people coming up from South America, when they do get the right to vote, are voting fucking Republican. They are not straight Democratic voters. A lot of the people coming from South America are very Republican in nature. We know they're not voting, but when they do get voting rights, they're not all just voting fucking Democratic. Not a chance. It's like their narrative. That's another way for them. Like, of course, if all of the immigrants are coming here to vote Democratic, then they can say immigration is not about human beings. It's about Democrats winning power. Oh, gotta stop it.
AOC,
you can't use this for voting.
AOC said we don't have an illegal immigration problem. We have a documentation problem. That's what AOC said. So,
well, absolutely. Because when you think about it, they're not illegal immigrants. They're people who want to be tax-paying citizens. So the problem is not that we have a bunch of illegal immigrants. We have a bunch of people who want to be citizens, and we don't have the infrastructure to manage that in a timely way. So what we do is we keep a bunch of them here without documents, and they pay taxes, and they don't get shit. They get taken advantage of for years and years and years. And they get jobs, and then they get threatened with deportation, so they have to look the other way while their bosses abuse them. It's like, come on, bro. If you were to look at somebody coming here illegally, that's like a fucking parking ticket, bro. That's what it is. That's the level of crime being illegal is. It's a parking ticket. It means you don't have documents. It's like driving without your car registered. Oh, you don't have a document. That's what it is. That's the level of crime it is. It's driving without your fucking car being registered. It's nothing, bro. It's nonsense. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.